She was locked behind stone walls, bound to God, sworn to purity. But months passed, and her belly began to swell. Her sisters gasped. Her abbess demanded a confession, but the nun said nothing until she screamed one name: Asmodeus. A demon, she claimed, came to her in the night. He touched her, entered her, made her carry a cursed child, and instead of burning her alive, they performed an exorcism while she was still pregnant. This is Histoveins, where history drips in blood, silence, and smoke. Today, we enter the convent, not of peace, but of possession, to tell the true story of the nun who got pregnant and blamed the devil, the girl behind the veil. Her name was Sister Marielle, born to a noble family in 1598 in southern France. At age 14, she was sent to the convent, not by calling, but by arrangement. Her father couldn't afford a dowry, so he gave her to God. She was veiled before she ever kissed a man, sworn to silence, chastity, and obedience. Life behind the convent walls was stone, frost, candlelight, and prayer. At night, the women sang psalms, but Sister Marielle, she stared out the high windows, wondering what existed outside the cross. 1 year later, rumors swirled. A young monk from the nearby monastery was seen passing messages. Some said Marielle smiled when he entered the chapel. Others said they saw footprints in the cloister garden, 2 pairs. Weeks later, she collapsed during morning prayers, her face pale, her body trembling. The sisters surrounded her and saw something no one could explain. Her belly had begun to swell. The abbess screamed, "What have you done? What have you brought into this house of God?" Locked in a stone chamber, Marielle was interrogated. She refused to speak. The confessor told her to confess the name of the man or face public trial. That's when she said it. "It wasn't a man. It was a demon. He came in my sleep. He entered me." The sisters gasped. Some wept. She said the demon had wings, eyes like coal. He whispered prayers backward, promised her warmth, and now she carried his child. Rather than execute her for fornication, the church called it possession. A priest was summoned. The exorcism began while she was still with child. For hours each day, she was tied to the chapel floor, holy water thrown, psalms shouted. Her hands bled from the ropes, her body shook. The baby still moved in her womb. One night, she screamed so loud the stained glass cracked. The priest declared the demon unwilling to depart, but the abbess said it was not the demon who refused. It was Marielle. One cold night in February, Sister Marielle went into labor. No one helped her. She gave birth alone on the convent floor, beneath a wooden cross. The child, a girl, was silent at first, then cried. The sisters who witnessed it called her unnatural. The child had red eyes from birth, a curved spine. They claimed it was proof this was no ordinary baby. The priest ordered the infant taken. It was never seen again. After the birth, Marielle was never seen in public again. Her cell was sealed. Her name was removed from convent records. One whisper claimed she died of bleeding, another that she starved herself to death. But one sister claimed she lived for 10 more years, and that every night she could be heard singing lullabies in a voice not her own. The church refused to bury her on consecrated ground. Her bones were placed in a hidden chamber beneath the convent floor. The room was sealed with brick. No markings, no cross. But even now, locals say, if you pray in that chapel alone, you'll hear a baby crying, and a voice behind the altar whispering, "It wasn't my fault." She broke her vows. She bore a child, and instead of truth, she gave them something worse, a reason to believe in demons. Comment below, was she possessed or just trying to survive? And subscribe to Histoveins, where saints, sinners, and secrets all come back to speak.